Hello everybody. I thought I would share with you today how to create one of my South Carolina Pinecone Angels. I've been getting so many questions about them and you seem to like them, so the old bird thought she would come on and share with you how to make them. Now, this is one. If you can see her, let me move this. There you go. That's one of my South Carolina Pinecone Angels. And just to show you that no two are alike, this is my most recent Pinecone Angel ornament. Now, this ornament can be displayed all year long, not just for the holidays. You know, we need angels in our lives, and these little angels can be displayed all the time. So let me show you how to create one. Let me move these over here out of the way and we'll get started. Now, these are those beautiful, amazing South Carolina pine cones. I had to get another item. Now, let me tell you what I do with them. I take these and I pick them myself and I put them on foil and bake. Turn the oven on 350, and when it beeps saying that the oven is ready and preheated, then I turn the oven off, sit these inside, close the door until they are totally cool and the oven is totally cooled. And that gets rid of any bugs or anything that may be on the pine cones. And the pine cones have been heated all the way through. You don't have a chance of having anything on them. So that's the first thing. The next thing is, do you see these stickers? Like right there. You see that? Those are some stickers that hurt. You see them? And these amazing South Carolina pine cones have those. So the next step is to remove those. Now let me tell you, I have several tools that I use in removing those. These are wire cutters. And with the wire cutters, I turn the flat side, which is this side, down. And let me see if I'm right under the camera. I take that and clip them off, just like that. Just like that. Just clip them off. And you have to clip each one of those off. They have to be removed. Now, I'm getting to the top, and we'll get back to the top, and I'll show you another tool that I use. And sometimes I also use those very large nail files, emery board type, the very large ones. And I take it, stick it in there, and file these off. Now it just depends on, you see that stuck me just now. It just depends on what can get up in that area. And yep, I feel it. Make certain that it's okay, because if you purchase this and give it to a child or a senior citizen like me, I don't want them to fear getting stuck, and I don't want them to get stuck. So you have to take time with this step if you're using South Carolina pine cones. Because you know, if you're not using South Carolina pine cones for your art projects, If it's not a South Carolina pine cone, it's generic. At least that's what I think. And you have to go all the way around, even on these little bottom ones. Now that one doesn't have one, but sometimes they will. And you just clip those off. It's not very hard to do, but it is a bit time consuming. And for those of you that's not interested in creating this craft project, but you're interested in purchasing this, you get an opportunity to see all of the work that goes into it. How's your day going? The old bird is enjoying this beautiful weather. It is gorgeous today. Excuse me, in the 70s. Bright sunshine. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. I enjoy picking the pine cones for my craft projects. And there's a young man in Fayetteville, North Carolina, who told me about a place that has giant pine cones that's within driving distance. And you know, the old bird didn't write it down because I just knew I would remember, and I don't. So you never know who's gonna be on. So if any of you know in South Carolina a place that I can go and pick giant pine cones, let me know. I'd love to go and pick some. I have a kind of large canvas, and I want to paint a new painting and embellish it. Okay, that's about as far as I can go with these. I want to embellish it with the pine cone scales. And it takes a lot of scales. And if I had a giant pine cone, it would be giant pine cones, they would be fantastic. Maybe I can clip that one off. Let me show you what I'm using next. When you get to where it's too close to get the wire cutters in there, you see this? These are needle nose pliers, but inside, right there, you have teeth. And I take that, make certain that I have the teeth. Let me pull that down. Up in there, on the, there we go, on the pine cone. And I press that down. Just like that. And yeah, sometimes the scales come out, and I'm going to remove some of these on the top anyway. You see the top? And I get in there and I remove some of the scales. Now these are what I use on my paintings to embellish my pine cone art paintings. These are called scales. sometimes they, you see, sometimes they come out easily and sometimes they don't. Now, did you see that just fell? These little, you see this little piece? It looks like a little piece of tissue paper. Now I take those out until it's very difficult, like that one, to get them out. You see? These are sturdy. There's another piece of that. Let me get it out like that. You see? Now that I feel it, oh, wait a minute. These are a couple that I didn't get. And they stick up. So in person, you'll be able to see them. Okay. And sometimes that tip has been removed, but it's still a little prickly, so I just press it down. Make certain. There's one. See it right there? There it is. Okay, now I take my own hand and rub down the pine cone. There's a couple that I missed. One right there, one right there. Because I get stuck than my customers. There we go. Oh, right there. Got it? Right there. I see it, I don't feel it, but it's up in there. See right there? Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now, all of those have been removed from this one. And you see the difference? You see those sticking up? They hurt right there. But you see this one? They're either removed or they're pressed down. We don't have them. But before you move your aluminum foil, let me show you. You see, I take this big brush and I go in there and I start brushing. You see what's falling out? Now, when I researched, when I first started using pine cones in my art, it said the scales protect the seeds. I don't know if those are the seeds or not. I couldn't locate a photograph of the seeds. It just shows me a pine cone. But the pine cone is filled with the seeds, I'm thinking. And I'm thinking what I'm brushing out that's falling on the foil are seeds. And I brush. This brush can get up in there until, you see, nothing falls. There's another one before I stop. All of this is the preparation prior to even getting started to using the pine cones to make those adorable angels. And then I do this. Tap, tap, because some have been loosed. You see them falling? Every once in a while, one will fall. There's one right there. There it goes. Tap, tap, tap. Only with the bristles if you do this part. And I turn it. Tap, tap, tap. Okay. Now this pine cone is ready to be used. So, let me sit it down and we'll move these out of the way. And there's the pine cone. Now, I'm going to sit it up here out of the shot and show you what I use most of the time for the heads of the angels. Now, sometimes I use polymer clay and I make the balls for the heads. Sometimes, you see this one? It is absolutely gorgeous. I love the colors. I love the lines in it. That's the wood grain. I just love it. This one, I wouldn't paint. I'd leave it natural. I'm looking for a stain that dries quickly that I can start staining them. So this is what I use with the flat bottom. These two have been painted. This is brown paint with white in it, and it gave me this gorgeous shade. I just love it. And I just paint it on with this big brush, paint, paint, paint. And you see it doesn't come off. This one is just the brown. Same thing. I just paint it, paint it, paint it. And I put just a dab of white in this. And then sometimes I use the brown, just like it is. So I'm getting different shades, skin tones for my angels. Then the hair. Let me get this. This angel's hair are crystals. Just a plain crystals. This one, you know what that is? You see her red hair that's glittered? That is this. This is a glitter glue. It's red. I always shake it up, and it's thick. And I just dab it on, let it dry, and I dab on some more. And I don't know if it's showing up on the monitor, but it's not flat. And I love it. So you can use that. I have angels that I use Swarovski crystals, which are my absolute favorite crystals. They are so expensive that I'm not able to sell my angels when I use those frequently, but sometimes I use Swarovskis. They are beautiful. Sometimes I use ribbon for my angel hair. And you see these? This is what I'm going to use today. These are glass beads. They come in a tube like this. And I believe I purchased this at the Joann Fabrics. So you can use this. The glitter glue I got at the Walmart. Let me turn, where is it? There it is. So the hair, strictly up to you. Whatever you'd like, it's strictly up to you. and I'm undecided which ball I want to use. It kind of is determined by the hair that I use. I think I'm going to use that one. And I hot glue these on. And I turn it and see I'm going to be using, which side or area for the face. And I think I like this side. Let me get my hot glue gun. And let's just start. Let's see. The center of the face, I think I'll make right here. So I put a dab of hot glue. And I'm just going to sit my bead in it. Just like that. And I don't have many, so let's come on around with another one. Dab of glue. And we're gonna sit it right there. And I love the fact that these are different color beads. And let's come on around making her hairline like so. And we're gonna stick that right there. And that's gonna be her hairline. Now, let's come down where would be her ear. And let's put another bead. Like that. I guess I need to use my needle nose pliers. I use those also for like the hair. And we're going to shape her face. So let's see. Right here. And the hot glue, there she is. The hot glue that I use is the Gorilla Glue sticks. And the reason I use Gorilla Glue sticks, it just holds so well. And I don't want to worry about these ever coming off, because this may go on a child's tree, and I don't want anybody to worry. It will be secure. Okay, now let's go down the other direction, and I'm just putting one in between the ones that are there, and so far seems to be working out really well. There we go. Wait a minute. I've got to turn her around and look and see where I put the hair. So I need one behind here, like about here. I sell a lot of these during the holidays. But guys, we need angels all year long. Yes, we do. Now, I only have one bead that's this color, so I kind of want it to be seen. Dollop of glue. And when I said you can use whatever you like for the hair, last year I made one, whose hair was made from tiny seashells. Now, I'm not certain where I got those seashells from, but I had a bag of them that were no larger than these beads. There we go. Excuse me. Now, I have to wait a minute because let me tell you what we're going to have to do. Let me put two, one right here. One right about here. I had a friend whose hair was thick, and she could have her hair in this style where it was wrapped around. There you go. When we were growing up, her mom would do all kind of things with her hair. And I was so jealous because my hair is very thin. Put one right here. And I couldn't have those. I don't know what you call them, but they are so pretty. And when I watch the fashion shows, sometimes they'll have models with their hair like that. Now, this is the front. This is the center front. Back here is where I'm going to glue the halo. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you're gonna need, let me move and go get it. You're gonna need wire. Now, I have gold colored wire, and I have some silver wire, and I think I have some red wire. And can I find either one of them right this minute? No, no, no. But we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep on going. It's okay. somebody is outside with fireworks. I don't see it right now, but let me show you. Let me show you. You see this one? Let me see. Let me get down here. There you go. Let me move this. See the halo? That is gold wire, and it's glued down prior to the crystals. I see a little glue. You have to pull these glue strings. And so you'll make sure that it's secured. Now that's it in the front. And I can't find my wire guide right this minute. But that's what goes next, is the wire. The gold wire or the silver wire. So I'm going to leave that space to put the halo. We'll keep going. Next, we can add the face, and then we'll finish the hair. So let me move my glue gun, put it back in the holder, and let me, back here, let me add my face. Now I do a simple face, and I never know how it's gonna come out. Never. And no two are ever the same. No two are ever the same. You see her face? And this one's face. It's created the same identical way, but they look totally different. Totally different. Oh, and I had this here to share with you. You see, that's where I mix my paint, right there. That's the brown, and that's the white, and the brown and white, and you get different shades. And I just use acrylic paint. But let's go on with the face. So let me see if I can put the face. Now, I always have, you can do just a simple circle. It's up to you. But I always have my angels with the eyes closed. So I make like a smile that's small. There we go. There are two smiles. That's the eyes. Now you're going to have to go over it again. I use this brand marker because it doesn't bleed. It seems to work really, really well. And I get these in the art section of the Hobby Lobby. And this is permanent. There we go. You see, I went over it a couple of times and it comes out great. Now, I add eyelashes and I add uneven ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I just do a simple eyebrow. And I do a simple eyebrow. And I do a little half circle and another half circle on each side for the little nose. And every nose is different, you see? Okay, now here's the big deal, the mouth. Now sometimes I do this. Okay, it's a V in the center. And then I go over it twice to make certain that you can see it. There's the V. Now here we go. My angels smile. So I come down and I curve. That's the top lip. And then the bottom, I come down like a V and back up. And she's smiling. And no, it's not perfect. And then I put the little smile on the corners. There she is. Isn't she cute? Now go over it a second time. Now the old bird is not as steady-handed as she used to be, but we got it. Okay, now put the top back on because these are expensive and they dry out quickly. Pigment ink, waterproof, fade proof, and this is the fine line. And you can get this, the tip, different, you know, wider. Okay, now that we have the face, and I'm going to leave mine, you know, to put the wire. Lord, where is the wire? Guys, I hate not to go through the entire thing with you. Like I said, let me look on my desk. I have a new area that my husband built for me, and I love it. I have more space, and you know what that means? I've piled on more things. And here's my wire. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. There it is. That's the way it comes. Now this one, oh, let me remove this. This one came from the Hobby Lobby. You see? $2.99. And sometimes they have these 40% coupons. And it's the gold. And Hobby Lobby has this one in gold, silver, red, and green for the holidays. So I take a piece. I'm thinking it's 6 inches. Yeah, about 6 inches. And I'm going to cut it off. Just like that. Now, I don't know what the gauge, 18 gauge, is what this one is. Let me turn it back around so you can see the tag. There's the tag, 18 gauge. Let me sit this over here. And then I kind of eyeball it so it will be in the center. And I start forming a circle just like that. And when I think I have it about the size that I'd like to have it, I start twisting the bottom right here. Now, you may have to cut some of this off, and that's good. That's a good thing. It's okay. And there it is. That's my halo. Now, the halo should be glued in the center like that. I'm going to cut these tips. You see the tips right here? I'm going to cut those off. And they are easy to cut, just like that. There they are. Let me move these. Put them in the trash. And I'm going to glue this down. Now what I do is, let me just do it. I put a wad of glue. Let me move the glitter right down the back. And what is this? I'm sorry, guys. What is the center? And then I have it facing me, and I stick that down on that wad of glue, just like that. Just like that. Oh, I'm sorry. Just like that. And you know it fell. And then, you see that? On top, right at the tip, I put another wad of glue, because I don't want a child to encounter that sharp tip of that wire. And I have some silver wire. Let me see. I'm sorry for reaching around you. You see this silver? Oh, there it is. You see it's a lot thinner. Let me turn it. There we go. Can you see her halo? There it is. Her halo is made out of a wire that is a lot thinner than this wire. And I did the same thing. So no matter the gauge, I want a wad of glue right there, so that if it's given to a child, it's going to be okay. And see, already it's dry. Now, what we're going to do is, we're going to place another wad of glue right above that, just a drop, the same size as before. And I'm going to put a bead. You see, we're going to keep her hair going, like so. And that I do that no matter what type of hair that we're using. Just put it on there. There we go. Just like so. Now let me turn her around. And there she is with the halo. Now, after we adjust her face, we're going to adjust the halo. Let me do it. See? You can adjust it. You see I brought it up? Now, let me tell you what we're going to do with her face. Let me move the hot glue gun back in its holder. I have Sharpies permanent markers. And that's what we're going to use. Now, some of you know what kind of bag this is. No, I don't drink, but my brother-in-law does, and he gives me these amazing bags. And it's okay. You see that? That's going to be the cheek. And let's give her a really, really, really bright lip. What about this one? Now, I use Sharpies, or you see this? This is a Bic. It's also a permanent marker, and sometimes I use it. I have a set of those as well. They get mixed up. Now this one is going to be the lip color. So let me color. And I use these whether it is, I'm sorry, I'm out of the camera. Whether it is on a painted ball, polymer clay, or a natural wooden. There we go. I use the permanent markers. And you know what? I've been using them for years. I have ornaments that I've created a few years ago. They are fine. There we go. Now, I'm going to color her cheeks. Cheeks. And we're going to color this cheek. We're just going to make a circle. And that's what is so wonderful about handmade. You see? Now let's do it twice. I don't have to have a pattern. It's okay. It's handmade. And if you make one of these angels with your daughter or with your granddaughter, please teach them that handmade products are mostly one-of-a-kind products. A lot of times, no two can be duplicated, just like these angels. Now, you see her face? Isn't she absolutely adorable? Now, let me go to the back. Let me tell you what we're going to do. You see this part here? That's where the hanger is going to go. And for this angel, I don't want something to distract. Let's use this. This is a glittered ribbon. And once again, I think I used 6. No. I use about 8 inches of this. Oh my goodness, guys. I thought I was ready for this, and I keep missing something. My scissors. And let me close the blind. Okay. I'm going to clip this. And now this, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby as well. There it is. And I fold it in half like this. And this is the end that I glue. Now get your pine cone. We're back to the pine cone. Let me move her head back.